Hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here, and oh my goodness, it is time to talk about Smash. We could talk about a bunch of other Nintendo stuff at E3, but let's be real, Smash is what's on everyone's mind right now, so we're going to dedicate this entire discussion just to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I am joined by a whole bunch of people, so first up I have Keyblade Smasher.
Hey there, I'm Keyblade. I do things and stuff.
Things and stuff. We've got Super Smash 77.
Yo, I like Smash Bros.
Clearly. And I think for the remainder of the discussion, I'll refer to you as 77, just because if I keep saying Smash as in your name and Smash as in the game, it could get a little confusing.
Yeah, you could
sounds
also
good to me.
theoretically say Smash for my name, too.
Oh, God. And we've got Eric Shaw here.
What's going on? But did they talk about anything other than Smash? Because that's the only thing that I can remember.
I think there was a Fire Emblem game, maybe, but yeah.
Or slightly.
There were two games that I really cared about at E3, and I got both of them. One of them made me sad, one of them made me happy. So,
Well, this is all about happy times. So, Smash Brothers Ultimate. That is what we're here to talk about. And I guess just before we get into our individual things that we want to bring up, which I'm sure there's a lot of, how do you feel just about Smash's presence at E3 in total, both with the Direct, the Treehouse, everything, even the Invitational, everything? Just what did you think of Smash's presence? And 77, let's start with you because it's in your name. So.
I thought they did really well, you know. I will say if you're not into Smash, this E3 for you probably sucked. Because they did a whole lot this time. I almost feel like they maybe could have just did a separate Smash Direct from their E3 presentation, but, you know, I just thought the Direct as a whole was pretty good. The Invitational was really fun, had some really good matches. And yeah, I just thought everything was overall really well done.
How about you, Keyblade?
I mean, it's in my name, too. I love Smash, and
sorry.
I'm really happy that I got, you know, it took up a huge portion of the Direct, as I expected it would be. I'm really happy that it got so much love between not just the Direct, but the Treehouse and the Invitational as well. Although I am a little sad that Zero won again. I will say that. But I can't be mad with what we got from Smash. I mean, the whole Direct as an entirety was kind of lackluster, except Smash. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. How about you, Eric?
Yeah, I agree. I was really happy with everything they showed. I think one of the reasons a lot of people were kind of disappointed with the non-Smash stuff was because a lot of it kind of leaked before, like with the Fortnite stuff and everything. So I feel like a lot of people kind of went into that and expecting what they were going to announce. So I feel like if they didn't leak that, it probably would have been a little more exciting. But as for Smash, I was really happy with everything. It's just like, we were already like, holy crap, this game's coming out this year. It's crazy. And just with everything they showed off, it like really reiterated that, like, oh my God, I can't believe this game is coming out this year with all this, like how jam-packed the game seems like it's going to be.
Like,
so
that's amazing. Like, we are like half a year away from Smash, and we know so much already, yet we don't know like much at all. Like, we know the character roster, but besides that, we really don't know much about the game in terms of like its content. Like, we've learned a lot about how it's going to play. And I guess that's kind of like, I guess we can start with the character roster before we get too far into anything else. Everyone is back. Literally anyone who you've ever played as in Super Smash Brothers can be played in this game and more. That is insanity.
Who saw this coming? Nobody saw this coming. But,
like,
I mean, it's amazing.
yeah, sorry. I was just saying, I never thought I'd see the day that Pichu and Young Link would be in Smash again. Like, that's if you would have asked me like 5 minutes before the Direct, oh, you think Pichu and Young Link will ever come back? I would have just laughed at you. But then they announced them, so I was like, it really threw me way off. I was not expecting that at all.
Like I said before we started recording, when I saw Ice Climbers come back, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm happy to see them back. And then I saw Pokemon Trainer, my main from Brawl, come back, and I was like, what? Yeah. And then Snake came back, and then everything just went nuts. I was like, everybody's here. And I was like, yeah, they don't mean everybody, but they meant everybody.
Yeah, I was like, oh, everyone's here. That's like just a figure of speech. They're like, no, literally, everyone's here.
Yeah, Sakurai is very, very deliberate, and he's very literal. Like, he sits down, and he puts a lot of attention to detail in what he's telling you. And, of course, that showed with this direct. But, yeah, no, he was not kidding. And I'm just super excited, because there's so many characters here that have changed, and, like, some in subtle ways, but some in huge ways. Like, you've got, of course, Champion Link with his remote bombs, but then you've got, like, you know, half of the characters seem like they have different final smashes. So, like, it's just really, really exciting that this isn't just like the Smash as you know it. They're still changing a lot of things. And if you're still calling this a port, I'm sorry, I'm not representing your guys' thoughts, but if you still think this is a port, you people are an idiot. Like, you people are idiots. Like,
this is not a port. This is an entirely new game.
Yeah.
And that's just evident, if nothing else, by all the small tweaks. I mean, you have everything from just visual assets like Mario's Super Jump Punch, his coins are now New Donk City coins, and he has Cappy, to completely visual upgrades like Zelda's A Link Between Worlds look, to complete moveset overhauls where Link gets a lot of updates from Breath of the Wild, and Ganon uses his sword for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
People have been. That's the thing, is I feel like Nintendo, or like, I think Smash Bros. They've always given a lot of attention to detail as far as the characters and representing them properly, but it seems like they're really listening this time. Like, they're finally giving Ganon his sword, which was something I wasn't sure that they were ever going to do.
And Pokemon Trainer looks like he might actually be viable this time, because you can now switch Pokemon mid-air, which means that that'll improve your recoveries, and you can take one Pokemon's combo and extend it into the next combo and keep your combo going, which is really insane.
Seems like they're really embracing the competitive scene a lot more this time around.
Indeed. But, like, just every character's got something at least a little different, whether it be visual or gameplay altering, and that makes me super happy, because it feels like each character is closer to their canonical counterpart now.
Yeah.
It feels like the worlds are finally meshing together, and characters are actually being able to go at it in the ways they would in their series.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when we first... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, are there any, like, character changes, subtle or not subtle, that, like, you really want to talk about? Because I do have a few that I want to bring up. You actually mentioned Zelda with her Link Between Worlds design, and that redesign, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Twilight Princess anyway, but Twilight Princess Zelda is probably my least favorite incarnation of her. She's just pretty bland, but Link Between Worlds Zelda, oh, she is bae.
I think the best part of just having that is everybody in the Zelda series is now representing the entirety of the Zelda series, because you got Breath of the Wild being represented by Link and a little bit by Sheik, although she still seems to be representing the Twilight Princess-esque look. That Zelda's got the Link Between Worlds look, Ganon is Ocarina of Time, Toon Link is Wind Waker, and Young Link is Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. You've got so many different Zelda games represented instead of forcing them all to look the same this time.
Yeah.
Which means more era of Nintendo's history is being represented.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to do with Zelda, like, because I couldn't, like, I love her Breath of the Wild, like, look, but I couldn't picture them, like, working that into her Smash appearance.
I agree.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I like what they did with her. I like that they gave her that look.
I'm so happy with this. Like, Zelda and just the entireties of the Zelda cast all feel like they're going to be, more fun to play than ever, because of even if with the just gameplay tweaks. But I'd say if there was one veteran character that has the most changes and the most altering things, is actually Link, which is pretty interesting. Link now has a whole bunch of Breath of the Wild-esque updates. They completely canned the hook shot, so grabbing is a little bit harder than it used to be with Link, and no tether recovery either.
I wish that they had worked, like, Magnesis into his grab or something, because that would have totally worked and still given him that, like, tether grab. Because I know he doesn't use a hook shot, but, like, he does have Magnesis, so...
Well, keep in mind that not everybody wears metal. It wouldn't look right if it worked on, say, Pikachu or, I don't know, Jigglypuff, who have no metal on them at all.
I mean, like, that is fair, but I mean, there's a lot of things that don't make sense in Smash, so...
True. But Link can also now fire one arrow, go pick it up, and then make a string up 2 arrows on his bow instead of 1.
Well, not only that, but he can also pick it up and throw it.
That too. It acts as an item now, so he has item play, even more so than he used to. Not to mention, of course, the bomb rune. That's going to make his old bomb recovery a little bit harder to pull off, but in general, I think it's a good update that makes him more viable. Because, you know, if you leave that on one side of the stage, the enemy's going to have to either approach it to get rid of it, or they'll want to avoid that part of the stage. So he has a bit of element of stage control as well.
How about you, 77? Any big improvements or any big changes that you want to bring up?
I mean, like you said, I just absolutely love Zelda's redesign. It's great, and I'm extremely happy that they're bringing back Ike's Brawl design. I always like that one more than his Smash 4 incarnation. Yeah, I'm just really happy to see it's back. Although I will say, I absolutely heard no voice differences between the two.
Oh, really? I could definitely pick it up because Ike in what is it, Radiant Dawn, the Wii one?
Yeah.
Because I think he's a little older in that, right?
A little bit, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what they were going for there. I could definitely hear it, but it is very, very subtle.
It is nice that both fans of both designs will now be able to get their preferred design in Smash, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really like with this one. It seems like a lot of the alternate costumes aren't just kind of like generic recolors. Like, you have Mario, he has like his Mario Maker outfit and his Mario Odyssey outfit.
Yeah.
Really like incorporating those into this game.
I'm hoping that because it's pretty obvious that not all the costumes were put into the E3 demo, because Meta Ridley, who was shown off in Ridley's trailer, is not there. So I'm kind of hoping just a little bit that because of Bowser's like more upright stance, he'll also get the wedding outfit.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
But I don't know if they will.
I really want to get Mr. L Luigi. I mean, I know that's a bit of an out there one, but I would love to see that.
That'd be great. Or
like Donkey Kong's like Punch-Out outfit would be pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, that would be. Yeah, no, and Sakurai even kind of brought it up towards the end of the Direct, where he said, like, I hope you're not expecting too many new fighters, but that's okay with me because of just how much they're polishing this game. Not just in terms of the mechanics, but just, like, being faithful to the characters. Like you said, Ganon uses a sword now, which, like, finally. And I was actually worried that he never would get one, only because Ganondorf was Sakurai's Smash 4 main. So I figured that he would keep him, like, as similar as possible, but nope, he's getting a big change, so that's good.
Interestingly enough, I know he said that there's not going to be a bunch of newcomers, but I think, obviously, I can't speak Japanese, so I can't understand what he's actually saying. I'm just going on the English translation, which could have been a little altered, but I'm thinking that's meaning specifically for the unique newcomers. I think a lot of characters have a spot as what the new name for clones are, the Echo Fighters. I think a lot of newcomer options can easily be thrown into that category, such as, I don't know, Dixie Kong or Chrom can easily be thrown into that category. Or Impa.
I was thinking, like, I mean, this is one that's kind of floating around, but Knuckles is now a assist trophy in Smash. So people were saying, well, Shadow, he could be a good Echo Fighter. Another one I was thinking of, too, was Dark Samus. Get another Metroid rep in there.
Interestingly enough, Dark Samus's assist trophy is missing in action as well.
I saw that, yeah.
Everybody complained about Sakurai not having enough Metroid characters. We might be seeing not just one, but two this time.
Yeah, also, Samus doesn't even have her Dark Samus ult anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Granted, not all the palettes
are
in the game yet, but...
Yeah,
maybe the Metroid series this time around will be like Fire Emblem and Smash 4. They'll just keep them coming. They'll just keep throwing them at us.
Well, we're going to get Adam Malkovich. We're going to get Anthony, whatever his name is, from Metroid Other M. We're gonna
Federation Force Trooper!
Oh, God. Yeah, every Metroid character. It's Super Smash Bros. Metroid.
Now, why can't they just do that with Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Okay, you brought up Dixie Kong earlier. I mean, I would love to see her in the game, but I really want her to be unique. There are some similarities to Diddy, but Dixie is still one of my most wanted characters, and I hope she gets quote-unquote proper treatment.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
or something. Just kind of tweak her up a little bit.
I personally think that Dixie's only real shot anymore is being an Echo Fighter, and what gives me such faith in that statement is if you've, I assume you guys have probably watched all the video trailers for each character, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at Diddy's trailer, they show off his jab combo, and they completely remove the part where he hits with his tail.
Yep.
Dixie doesn't have a tail, so she wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh,
They might have done that just so that they share the same skeleton. With Dixie's, with her recovery, I think they just sort of reskin the rocket barrel, except it's more like Dark Pit's silver bow, and that it can only be slightly angled. More goes in a straight instead of being fully controllable like Pit's version of the arrow.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think you are, as much as it pains me to say, I think you are right. I think Dixie would fit in better as Echo Fighter to Diddy, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Right. I mean, like, I would have rather Daisy have come in as a more unique fighter, but I'm happy that she's just in the roster as an entirety, and that's how I feel about Dixie as well.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's definitely giving a lot more opportunities for characters.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about stages, because right now, based on like what people have been digging up and like compiling, we know of 83 stages in this game right now.
Ooh.
I mean, this has been going around a lot, but the common consensus, I think, is that every stage is coming back. And I personally agree with that, but what do you guys think?
I definitely agree. I posted it, I posted it on Smashboards the other day on how I think they could even bring the Miiverse stage back. Rest in peace. But I think they could have like a program on their website, like a Miiverse mural program, so that people could draw pictures of the newer fighters, and they could just recycle old ones from the old version of the stage.
That makes sense.
From Miiverse, so they could even bring that one back. I don't expect we'll be getting too many new stages this time as a result of bringing pretty much every one of them back, but I can see that each major series probably is going to get something new.
I agree. And honestly, again, that is totally fine with me.
Agreed. Totally fine.
Yeah. I think it's cool to see stages like Saffron City come back from original Smash Bros. Good in HD.
That's definitely a big one, yeah.
Heck, it's cool to just see all these old stages get such a visual revamp that they look like new stages.
Yeah, that was when they brought back a few old stages in Smash 4 and the DLC. That was like really cool to see. So I'm happy to see even more, like with Smash Ultimate now.
Like one of my favorite Melee stages was Congo Falls, or I guess that's what they're calling it now. It used to be just Congo Jungle, but that got a makeover and it looks great.
That's the one with like the waterfall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks good, and I love how they like contextualize, because at first in Melee, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was just like a bunch of platforms floating over the river. Now it's on like this giant rock. I'm like, yes, like it's such a small attention to detail, but like the stage has been contextualized now. It's great.
Agreed. I can.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I can only hope they bring back Fountain of Dreams with an update visually as well.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
no, that's got to come back. I mean, again, like we were mentioning a little bit earlier, this game really seems to be... Maybe it was before the discussion started, but it seems like they're really going for the competitive scene here. Or at least they're trying to appeal to everyone, and if you're going to do that, then you got to get Fountain of Dreams.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that they confirmed that it was back.
Oh, my goodness.
Whew.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, for real. So that'll be really cool to see in HD and just play that with all the new characters that have joined the game.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's going to be so good.
The new stages are all looking pretty great as well. Like New Donk City, we've only gotten a very, very small scene of it in Mario's little character video, but that's going to be a stage, as I predicted.
Mm-hmm.
Great Plateau Tower. I think that's about as good as they could get for properly representing Breath of the Wild. And, of course, my personal favorite Splatoon map got translated into a stage.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were gonna do for Splatoon.
Everyone was saying like Ingopolis or like Urchin Underpass or something like Moray Towers is definitely. I think it's a very divisive stage. I personally, I didn't like it in Splatoon 1, but I do like it in Splatoon 2. But it's such a cool stage, especially for the Inkling with the splat roller, because she's just like running down the ramps, covering everything. It's just, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe my love for Moray Tower is just from that last Splatfest when I fought so hard for Team Cali and I played it so much. But I don't know. I just really like Moray Towers, and I'm happy that they were able to translate it into a Smash stage, and it looks like no stage we've ever seen before.
Yeah, like the zigzag going up and down. Looks really cool.
Yeah, they even said like in the direct too, like if you get a group of friends together, you're probably not going to be able to play every stage. And like again, we have 83 confirmed right now, which is well over half of like every Smash Brothers stage ever. So that is definitely really, really exciting. They're giving us just so many options.
The fact of the matter is in the first direct they show us the Smash 5 information, they confirm almost as many stages as the combined versions of Wii U and 3DS had together.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And speaking of 3DS stages,
yeah, they're looking good.
Magicant.
Oh. So
Hazardless Magicant.
Yes, and and Spirit Train. I loved that stage in the 3DS, but it looked like poop, and now it looks amazing.
Yeah, there were a lot of good stages in the 3DS game. It was a bummer that they weren't in the Wii U version, so I'm happy that they're finally now and going to be on the Switch version. All
of them getting an amazing visual upgrade. I'm like, even though I really don't like playing it on that very much, the Nintendog stage is back, and that's pretty cool. It's representation to a franchise that's never going to get a character in Smash.
Never say never.
Oh my god.
Okay, fighting Duck Hunt's one thing. He's a cartoony dog, but fighting an actual Nintendog, well, I'm pretty sure PETA would like sue Nintendo with that. They'd lose, but
I mean, if they add Duck Hunt to Nintendogs, that counts.
Oh god. Oh god.
But like getting back to like the 3DS stages being upgraded, like that's something that people have been wanting like a lot, just like saving these stages and up-resing them to HD. But I don't think up-resing them to HD is doing it justice. Like it's that and so much more. They have really, really done well with these stages. And Prison Tower, which was actually an amazing stage, and I think was tournament legal back again in the 1 month that people played Smash 3DS. But I'm so glad that stage is there now because again, it's competitively viable and it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun.
I am definitely really happy that a lot of them got that upgrade because I hate to say it, I think the 3DS version had the better stages, at least as far as like how they played. They made it not in the looks department, but how they played.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, me too.
I'm only hoping they bring that 3DS F-Zero stage, because I usually hate those stages that are like using retro graphics just because they clash a little bit with the style, but I actually really liked that stage.
Yeah.
No, that is definitely one of the few stages that really pulls off the retro aesthetic.
It just fits so well because all these other versions of Mute City we had were all like these traveling all over the track, and this is just above the track, and none of this nonsense of landing at different parts of the track, getting hit by cars. Just one set of platforms that move slightly.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. So many stages to choose from. But I guess let's move on to... I guess we can kind of lump this into one. Pokeballs and assist trophies is something that they really made an effort to show off in the Treehouse. And we don't know about Pokeballs exactly, but with assist trophies, we know that there's going to be over 50. And to put it in perspective, Smash Wii U had 39. So we're definitely getting a good amount of new assist trophies in this. And, I mean, we already seen that, like, Knuckles is there as a replacement for Shadow, which, I mean, we already touched on that a bit. But, like, what are some ones that really surprised you?
Well,
I was really cool.
Knuckles was... Sorry about that.
Bomberman, yeah.
I was surprised for a second, then I was like, oh, no, that he's not going to be playable. That was kind of a bummer, but it's cool to see him in the game, though.
Since you mentioned Knuckles, I feel I have to say, unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle because he's an assist trophy. But I'll tell you the one that actually hurt to see, Takamaru.
Yeah.
I have always been a supporter of Takamaru for Smash, and that was the one that just hurt the most because that means he's not going to be playable. He's the one retro character that I wanted above anyone else.
Yeah, and it's weird that he's still an assist trophy because I remember apparently Sakurai was going to make him playable, but then he decided that people probably wouldn't know who he was. So I'm surprised that he kept him as an assist trophy.
You're right.
Well, his game's released in the West now, and he's had so many cameos in other games. Like, he may not be the most recognizable thing, and he's definitely not E3 show-off material. But make him a secret character. Do him like you did Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people knew who Shulk was before they added him, but I feel like they could have done the same thing.
Literally, no one knew what Fire Emblem was 20 years ago. So
exactly, and I mean, I'm just super gung ho about Takamaru showing up, but he's had so many cameos, and he was considered for Smash not once but twice in both Melee and Smash 4. I was really thinking he was going to get the upgrade this time, like Little Mac did, and unfortunately, he didn't.
Man.
You know who else is suspiciously absent, though?
Isaac.
And Ashley.
Isaac and Ashley, yes. Isaac is definitely the big one for me, because everyone thought when he was taken out of Smash Wii U, oh, this must mean he's coming as a character, and it never happened. And I don't want to get my hopes up again, but that would be hype.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, they've basically flat out confirmed they're going for fan service on this game, so I can see both Isaac and Ashley getting in on that merit alone.
That's true.
And the thing is, they had the whole Smash ballot thing, so they have all this information right at their hands of straight up who the fans want to see. So you'd think that they're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Even despite Sakurai saying there's not going to be very many newcomers, but let's be real, there's still going to be newcomers.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more in the base game, but DLC is going to run rampant with this, I think. So I think that's probably what he was referring to. How many characters do you think, how many more reveals do you think we're going to see before the game releases and the day one roster?
I feel like
seven more new characters.
Yeah, I'd say 3.
I was going to say 3 or 4 maybe, yeah.
Without counting Echo Fighters.
Yeah.
I think next to Daisy Ridley and Daisy Kama and Inkling, I think there'll probably be just a few more that they'll announce in the base game, but I think we'll probably have maybe an equal, if not more, amount in the form of DLC.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get DLC for a while with Smash, but I think Sakurai was telling the truth that don't expect too many more characters, because again, we've seen how much attention to detail and how much effort they're putting into this one. And this is something I kind of want to bring up too. If any of you guys listen to the Japan Time podcast, I listen to it a lot. And Zeph on there, he said that Smash Wii U, as much as I loved it, and as much as everyone else loved it, it didn't really have that much personality to it. It just felt like the Nintendo universe in HD. Whereas this game, it really has its own personality and flair to it. So that's kind of why I'm okay, you know what? I really don't mind if there's not that many new characters.
Yeah.
The reason I think I'm shooting a little higher than you guys is because I've looked at each past Smash game's newcomer list, and I think that, we're obviously not going to get any as even the lowest amount, but I think that they're not going to skimp on us either, because while it is the most Smash for our buck, all these old characters already had an existing moveset and an existing design they were able to use from. Characters like Ridley and the Inklings had to be made completely from the ground up, but not so with any of the other fighters.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
I think
specifically, I think we could see seven total unique ones with 3 new Echo Fighters, including the ones we've already seen.
Yeah, I think the reason
maybe. Yeah.
In fact, I think I've got a pretty good guess on who they are too.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to tell him, I could say that.
What do you think? What are you thinking?
The newcomer roster, not counting Inkling or Ridley, I'm thinking King K. Rool for fan service, Ashley for fan service, Dylan
Yeah.
I'm thinking a Gen 7 or Gen 7 Pokemon, don't know who yet, and some third party. Possibly Simon Belmont, possibly Rayman.
See, I guess where I just stand is like, because we've already got a 65 character roster. Like, I feel like they do, like, and again, we got Daisy, so this kind of goes against what I'm about to say, but like, I don't want them to reveal characters for the sake of revealing characters. I want them to be big characters. And some of those are definitely big, like you just mentioned. Like King K. Rool he's always been my #1 character for Smash. He still is. And another Pokemon from Gen 7, that would be big, but I don't. We got Pokemon Trainer and Pichu back, so I don't know if Pokemon is as much of a priority. I guess we'll see, but I think the next reveals, like, especially because like the Switch, like a lot of developers are into the Switch now. I feel like that does open the gates for a lot more third parties.
Yeah.
What about Ashley? Because I don't know how much you guys follow with how popular characters are over in the East, but Ashley's basically Japan's Ridley.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
I mean, if you notice, the Badge Arcade Bunny is an assist trophy now. I mean, y'all know how much how predominant Nikki and Ashley were in the Badge Arcade.
Yeah.
They were the only two characters that got like millions of badges that weren't even related to their own franchise.
And I will say, like, if you are gonna pull another Wario character, Ashley would definitely, no doubt, be the one. So
Yeah.
And it's not like she could be a clone of anybody. The closest I could say she could be is to Robin, and even then, I mean, he's the only magic wielder we have, other than, like, I guess Zelda counts too, but
Yeah, she'd be an interesting character.
But as for the Echo Fighters, I think it's probably a safe bet to say Impa and Dixie are the other two.
yeah, I could see both of them.
I sincerely doubt we're getting any more Fire Emblem characters. I hope we're not getting any more Fire Emblem characters.
I'd have to disagree with you there.
Oh, please change my mind.
Oh no, I just hope we have more.
Oh, you hope we have more?
Yeah, to be honest.
Like, Fire Emblem is... sorry. I was just going to say, Fire Emblem is definitely a big franchise, but there are other series that I would like to see get a little more priority than Fire Emblem. I mean, again, Donkey Kong is definitely one of them, but I mean, we're up to, like, what is it? Like, I think we're up to 9 Pokemon characters now, if you count Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Pichu as their own characters, so...
I don't. I count Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard all under Pokemon Trainer as one character.
So 7.
I wonder if they intentionally kind of regroup them back together in order to justify adding another Pokemon, you know what I mean?
Hey,
That's the weird thing, ain't it?
Like, I know they're saying, oh, everyone's back, so obviously they had to bring back Pokemon Trainer, but it could be a way for them to be like, hey, there's not that many Pokemon.
Yeah, there's only 8, 10 if you count these two as separate. Yeah, there's not an oversaturation of Pokemon. There's an oversaturation of Metroid. We have 3 characters now.
After 5 games.
So what do you guys think of some of the new Pokeball Pokemon? Because we've seen some Gen 7s as well as some old ones come back. Because I believe we saw Abra, didn't we?
Was Abra ever a Pokemon otherwise?
That's actually
I'm
what I
pretty
was...
sure he's new.
That's what I was actually wondering. I wanted to say he might have been new. So I guess I'm wondering. But we did see Scizor. And I think he was in Melee.
Yeah.
So it does seem like some old Pokemon are coming back. And if we're sticking with the theme that we've been talking so far, I'm wondering if every Pokeball Pokemon is coming back.
Oh, God, no.
It's possible. I'm happy that some of them got updates to their Alolan variants, though.
Yeah.
I think Meowth got updated to Alolan Meowth.
We saw Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Raichu as well, which was really cool.
Yeah, Alolan Raichu looks really cool.
At least Decidueye is still safe for now.
Yeah, I wonder if they are going to have a Gen 7 Pokemon, because they can have the Gen 7 Pokeball Pokemon, but mysteriously nothing about an actual playable character from Gen 7.
Yeah, it's kind of suspicious. So I wonder if Gen 7 will get a character.
I'm kind of hoping, because Sun and Moon was a pretty big success, I think. So, and it kind of... It wasn't a huge transition, but it was definitely a bit of a turning point for the series, in my opinion. Because I think I don't know. People can have their opinions. I wasn't that big of a fan of X and Y, so Sun and Moon was definitely refreshing. So I kind of hope it gets some sort of representation in the form of a character.
Not counting Gen 7, Gen 3 and Gen 5 are the only ones without a current playable character.
Yeah,
because you have, a whole bunch of Kanto ones for Gen 1. Pichu is Gen 2. Lucario is Gen 4. Greninja is Gen 6. And we have no one from Gen 3 or Gen 5.
I don't think it's a huge deal to try and get representation from every generation. I just think that, like, if there's an iconic Pokemon, then it should get represented. And there are some iconic ones in Gen 7. I mean, we've mentioned Decidueye. Incineroar is a big one in Japan. And I've seen some people bring up Tapu Koko as well, which I don't know if I'm feeling him, but Decidueye and Incineroar are definitely two big ones.
Y'all gonna feel real dumb when my boy Emboar becomes a playable character.
Oh, God.
I'm interested to see what that would even look like.
I mean, he'd be a sumo wrestler, obviously.
Yeah, it'd just be funny to see him running around the stage.
But yeah, Gen 7 really kind of deserves some more recognition. It wasn't really a soft reboot, but it departed so much from series norms that it's really an important part of Nintendo's history now.
For sure.
And it's impacting the future of the Pokemon series, which means that if you ask me, it deserves playable representation.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of moving on, because we didn't really see much in terms of like, well, actually, before we get to that, how do you guys think about like some of the mechanical changes to the game? Because again, it seems like they are kind of going for that competitive crowd, and we've seen stuff like directional air dodging or being punished for the fact that like if you dodge roll like multiple times in a row. So what do you guys think about that?
Actually, I think it's a good. All the changes are good. A new attack variant with the ladder attacks is always a good thing, even if it's very situational, as not all stages will have them. But directional air dodges is something that I actually have wanted back since Melee. Not for the wave dashing. Thank God that's not there anymore. But if nothing else, all these changes are going to make it more of an aggressive sort of version of Smash.
Yeah.
More so than ever before. Rewarding more aggressive and more ballsy plays than the defensive style that some of the other Smash games award. And that definitely is going to keep the action, continuing for longer periods of time. A lot of people, the reason I think that Smash 4's competitive scene got as, sort of dried out and boring as it was is because a lot of the characters weren't viable enough that the only way that they could snag a win is by playing super defensively. And I think they're trying to combat that so that and we even saw it in the Invitational. It's more hype watching it, even if you're not playing it.
Well, and I think one of the big problems with Smash 4's competitive scene too was like every character had like linear combos. Like it was just like, all right, down throw to up air, or down throw to up tilt, or like down throw to an aerial. Like it was very, very linear. There wasn't a whole lot of like variation on that. Whereas like we're getting so many more tools in Smash Switch, in Smash Bros. Ultimate, I should say. I'm going to call it Smash Switch for a while. I'm not used to saying Ultimate yet. But we're getting so many more tools, it seems, that like don't get in the way of casual play, but it gives a lot more for the competitive scene to dig into, which is just, it's really exciting.
I agree. I'm definitely happy that the competitive scene is going to be... I know it's kind of early to say, but it's definitely looking like it's going to be far more, polished and not just veteran friendly, but also newcomer friendly. When I say that, not referring to characters in the game, but to players themselves. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Melee fans are still going to stick with Melee, but I think this is going to be as close to as a truly viable Smash as we're ever going to get. Just because every character's tweaks look like they're making them not just more fun to play, but more competitive to play as well. In fact, the whole reason I think they added the new decimal system to the percentages is just so Pichu will damage himself less.
Well, the percentage,
ergo making him more viable.
The percentages have always been there, they've just never been visible. Like, they've always
Right.
been calculated into the damage, but it is definitely a welcome change. At 77, I know you're a big fighting game guy just in general, so what do you think about this?
I'm pretty happy about the new parry. I think that's really cool, and I'm very, very happy that rolls are now going to have more lag or less invulnerability if you spam them.
Yeah, the perfect shielding, because that was in Smash before, but they've changed it, because now it's like, when you release the shield is when you can parry, and I love it. I approve of like every change they've made.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to give a lot of characters a lot more depth to how they perform
Definitely.
in the game, because, like I said, it's each character's tweaks in addition to the new mechanics are going to make each character have either better mobility, better attacks, better defense, overall making them a better character as an entirety.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that Bayonetta's not broken again.
Sakurai, I think, is already working on that because he saw what happened during the tournament.
Yeah.
There were people actually booing in the crowd when Bayonetta got picked.
Yeah, I saw. Another cool thing that I actually want to hear your opinion, because you're a big fighting game fan, is about Ryu now facing his opponent and one-on-one.
I mean, it's definitely true to normal fighting games, but I don't know how I feel about it in the Smash format, because it's going to make doing back airs a bit harder.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird change. I mean, it's attention to detail for sure, but it might be a bit too much, and I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe they fine-tune it a bit more before launch.
Well, maybe they'll make it where, like, when doing, like, aerial maneuvers, like, if you're in the air, it won't take an effect until you hit the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
So that way you can still theoretically pull off aerial moves. I mean, they're doing it to make him closer to Street Fighter, but also, make him more accessible for Smash newcomers that want to play Ryu coming over from Street Fighter. But also because, as cool as the Street Fighter 2 inputs are to his kit, it's so easy to mess up and accidentally do one off edge. Like, I can't tell you how many times that I have done a Tatsumaki off the edge and just gone in the opposite direction of where I wanted to go when I was trying to do a Shoryuken to get higher.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Well, good thing they're releasing that GameCube controller for as much precision as possible, right?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I still have my one from the Wii U days.
Same.
Gonna be so good. So I guess let's talk about the fact that Pick of the Day is back. They're doing a so on the Smash Bros. Ultimate website, they've got a blog now, and it looks like they're actually updating it twice a day with this little drip feed kind of news updates. And I mean, we were kind of expecting it to come back, but it's really nice to see it here again.
Yeah.
I think when they first announced it back in March, that's what people were kind of hoping for, and then we got nothing for 3 months, so it's good to finally have a little bit of information.
Yeah.
I mean, we got so much information at E3 that now that the fact that they're going to be giving us, little drips of information is just overall nice. It shows that they really care about our fans and are trying to make the wait as hard as least painful as possible.
Yeah, it was those 3 months waiting for E3 felt like the longest 3 months of my life.
Yeah.
I could barely sleep the night that Smash was revealed. I was up till 5 a.m. because I couldn't stop thinking about it.
My roommate, so when I was screaming and freaking out in my room, of course, about the live reactions, he was watching the stream in his room, and his stream was about 10 seconds ahead of mine. So every time something hype happened, he started recording on his phone, and you can hear me in the other room just absolutely losing it. And then, yeah, I couldn't sleep. I think I got to bed maybe 3 a.m. or something. I was just so hyped.
Just speaking of just little changes and everything, I'm glad they didn't reuse the models or even the poses from Smash 4's characters. Everybody got a new render.
They look so good too.
I am so happy with Toon Link's render. I didn't like his render in Brawl. I hated his render in Brawl, and I wasn't a huge fan of his one in Smash Wii U, but he's got a really good one here.
I'm actually probably my favorites are Shulk and Ryu. Shulk is no longer just jumping off a random platform now. He's actually standing there with his Monado behind his back. But Ryu just looks intense.
Yeah.
He's ready to fight.
I would look badass. They just look like they're just ready to mess some people up.
And Bayonetta has got the whole, wink, ready to do this sort of look. Everybody looks just about perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if when they did the Smash 4 renders, if they kind of had the amiibo in mind when they were like designing them, but I'm kind of happy they're not doing amiibo this time around, other than like the new characters, because it seems like they could be a lot more creative with the renders this time around.
My wallet is saved.
I know. I was ready to spend all my money on them, but at the same time, I'm glad that they're not doing it.
And hey, if they're releasing amiibo for the new characters, that means they're probably releasing ones for the old ones that weren't in Smash 4. So Pokemon Trainer, Snake, Ice Climbers,
Yes.
young Pichu are probably going to get amiibo as well.
Yeah, they can still make a pretty good profit without.
Which means I have quite a bit of space left to fill. And of course, Ridley's getting one. His looks pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
amazing.
And when they were showing him off during the treehouse, and he pulled up like the case with like the Inkling and the Ridley one, I was expecting it to just be one big box with just Ridley inside.
They should have saved the design for the Detective Pikachu one and just use that for Ridley.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just make him a giant amiibo.
Go even bigger than that in the Yarn Yoshi one, the giant like teddy bear sized Yarn Yoshi amiibo.
Yeah, just one.
At this point, just make him bigger than the Switch.
Yeah, just,
Make him so big you can't even put it on the Switch without holding it to make sure it doesn't crush your system.
Oh my god. So one thing that they really didn't touch on, and I'm sure we'll learn more about this as we get closer to Smash, but we didn't really learn anything about like additional modes, like both multiplayer and single player. So what do you guys, and I didn't really expect like everything to get blown out here, what kind of things do you think we'll see in this?
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say I'm hoping for. I don't really want like a subspace emissary type of mode because that was cool, but I was more a fan of like the kind of melee adventure mode they had. So I'm hoping for something more along those lines for a single player kind of campaign.
Right. I would really be happy with that because I like Melee's adventure mode.
I agree. Subspace Emissary was a really cool concept, but I don't think they pulled it off that great. Adventure mode would definitely be a lot of fun. And, I mean, that's going to be a lot of playing with 65 plus characters, but I am so ready for it.
Yes.
See, I found something that may indicate a mode, actually.
Oh?
I've been exploring the website for the last couple days, and I went to Snake's page, and there's a certain screenshot on his page that it's not. I'm pretty sure that the stage he's on is not Gower Plain like it looks, but right next to him is a certain little ramblin' evil mushroom from Earthbound.
I'm gonna disappoint you. That got confirmed as a stage.
Oh, is it?
It's Gower Plain, and the Rambling Mushroom is an assist trophy.
Really?
Yeah.
They confirmed that?
Yeah. There was a...
no.
Game Explain confirmed it, yeah.
Oh no, so that means if the mushroom's an assist trophy, he's gonna be switching my controls like in Earthbound.
Yeah.
Shit!
Sorry, I didn't want to get you too deep in that, but I knew exactly what you were talking about, yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool Mother's getting some more love, though.
I did see, this might not be anything, but someone pointed out on like the picture with like all the characters just standing there. There's like some clouds above, like, I don't remember what character it was, but if you look, you can kind of see, it looks like there's some kind of like ship or something coming through the clouds, but it kind of looks like it might just be like Battlefield or something like Final Destination or something, but that's another thing.
Well, and hey,
oh my god, it's Pac-Man all over again.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Nintendo is known for teasing stuff with their clouds and their trailers, so...
Yes.
Now, if only they could tease something on Cloud, the character.
But,
There was more Final Fantasy VII in the Smash Direct than there was in Square's Direct.
Which is hilarious.
But the concept of the mushroom actually is making me hope that we'll get Smash Run back, because I actually really loved Smash Run, and I'm really hoping that they bring that back because it was a fun mode.
I hope that they like save it, because like Smash Run, I loved the idea, but you couldn't interact with your other opponents like when you were in the actual stage. I want that so badly. It would be, granted, it would be a little tough to pull off if you were playing on one Switch, but if you're playing against people online at least, or like with people with their own Switches, I think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, because I mean, wasn't that originally promised in Smash 3DS's version that you could interact with the other fighters?
I think I remember hearing something about that.
Well, obviously, the Switch is certainly more powerful than the 3DS, so they should be able to pull that off this time.
One thing that I want too, if they do end up going the Subspace Emissary route, or like Adventure Mode or whatever, like any single player stuff, I want the enemies to be like only Nintendo enemies. Because like in the Subspace Emissary, there were a lot of like generic kind of whatever enemies. There were some Nintendo ones in there too, but like there are so many things they could pull from Nintendo's history and third-party history. I mean, like get the Mets in there from Mega Man, get like I don't know, get stuff in there from Final Fantasy. I don't know.
God, get me a fucking Metal Gear to fight.
Yeah.
I want to make Pichu fight a Metal Gear.
Well, Smash Bros is like supposed to be about like all these universes coming together, so that would be like a really cool way to do that, like by throwing in the enemies and stuff from the actual series instead of just these random generic characters.
And that's kind of what they did with Smash Run. I'm hoping that if they don't bring back Smash Run, they at least bring back all like the enemies and put them into the quote-unquote adventure mode if they have one.
Yep.
I can't even imagine how many trophies there's going to be to unlock.
Oh man, trophies. Don't even get me started on trophies. Because there's even new franchises for them to represent with just trophies.
Yeah.
You know, something interesting I saw with the items the other day?
What's that?
I didn't realize it at the time, but that healing field is an arms item.
Huh.
Oh, you're right. It is an arms item. I didn't even realize that.
So maybe ARMS actually has a shot at getting a representation this time.
I think it will. I mean, it's sold over 1 million, so...
Yeah, I can't imagine them passing up that opportunity to represent ARMS.
If nothing else as DLC, but considering the fact that there was already stated to be less newcomers to accommodate bringing everybody back, which, as I've already said, takes less time than truly making newcomers, that means that they could have theoretically added 1 or 2 new characters during development, characters that would be relevant during the time that it was made over the last year and a half, like a character from ARMS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or maybe a character like Dylan. Characters that had a relevancy during development time.
Yeah, I think I can see like an ARMS character like Springman or something being like the first DLC character or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Like,
they're not the base game.
Or heck, even Rex and Pyra could show up as
Please.
as well.
Yeah. There's no way they're not going to have them in there.
Yeah.
If Springman and Rex and Pyra don't show up in the base roster, I guarantee you they'll be DLC.
Yeah.
I agree.
In fact,
I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
In fact, I'd say if we do get DLC, which there's a pretty solid chance we will, I think they're gonna be, well, they don't have veterans to worry about anymore like they did last time, so I think they're gonna go gung ho all promotion characters. So Springman, Rex and Pyra, a Generation 8 Pokemon, maybe even that new Eldegarde girl from Fire Emblem.
I would love to get a Proto Man character with Mega Man 11, but he is already in Mega Man's Final Smash, so don't know if that would happen.
Yeah. I think this game coming out so early in the Switch's life, and with them saying how they want to continue supporting the Switch for so many years, I can see them supporting Smash Bros. For a long time.
Oh, yeah.
At least, like, maybe a character every couple of months for over the next couple of years. Or, like I said, they could just go gung-ho and, like, say, hey, these characters are relevant right now. Let's put them in.
Good cross-promotion for their other games.
I will say, even if I don't want another Fire Emblem character, that new girl kind of looks pretty cool. And I wouldn't be opposed to maybe her showing up as a DLC character. But
man.
Sky's the limit right now with Smash.
Yeah.
It's definitely like the ultimate, like, pun intended, but it seems like the ultimate Smash game.
Like,
Yeah.
the thing with Smash Wii U and 3DS is, like, it felt like they were doing as much as they can with restrictions. This time, it feels like there's no restrictions.
The gloves are off. Everybody's back and better than ever.
Yeah, they had to deal with the 3DS limitations and the Wii U. Like they were kind of financially not doing so well. So, and now with the Switch, it's like the complete opposite on both ends. They're doing really well. They don't have to worry about the 3DS. So
I guess the real question is Master Hand going to be a legit playable character this time?
No.
Since the gloves are off, so
No. You know whose gloves should come off for Smash?
Who?
Raymond.
Oh man.
I had a weird thought about Raymond the other day in Smash. So they brought back Snake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Snake still has his old pummel animation from Brawl, the one where he chokes people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would he choke Raymond? He doesn't have a neck.
that would be. See, I want to see him in the game just to figure that out.
It's going to be weird enough seeing him choke Duck Hunt, and the
Yeah.
Inklings, but how? And Ridley, but how is he going to choke Raymond, who has no neck?
What if Rayman has been planned for Smash all along, and when Artsy Omni did that like fake leak thing, because I remember Ubisoft came out and said, yeah, we're going to make a statement about that, and then they never did because Omni came out and said it was fake. What if this is what that's been leading up to?
That would be amazing. I see a lot of people just completely discourage the thought of Raymond just because, he has no limbs and it'd be hard to make an amiibo for him. But actually, I think that has no effect on him anymore, because if you take a look at all these new renders, all of them are more like ready for battle renders. I could see him like being bent over with his hands on the ground and just like his head raised up, so they could just like have, one little thing that connects to his back and his head.
Mm-hmm.
What if they just gave him a hoodie or something?
That too. Just honestly, like, I don't think that anything's holding anybody back at this point.
Hell,
Yeah.
I mean, I know, Keyblade, you're not going to be a super big fan of this, but, I mean, get the Rabbids in there as assist trophies. Like,
I'm
would be-
fine with that. As long as Raymond's a character in it, I'd be fine with Rabbids showing up as either like an enemy or an assist trophy.
Oh, okay, well, especially if they were like the Rabbids from Kingdom Battle.
It better be. Damn it! I better get Rabbid Cranky in there.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Why Cranky? Why Cranky of all things?
Because
To be a character.
I think it was, I was reading an interview, and I think it was because, like, we just wanted to do something that you wouldn't see coming. Which,
Can you imagine?
I certainly
enough.
didn't see that coming.
Yeah, can you imagine a rabbit Funky Kong? That'd be really funny to see.
that'd be really funky to see.
Ah, God.
The whole game is just sky's the limit at this point. Honestly,
It really is exciting. It hasn't been a better time to be a Nintendo fan, but especially a Smash Brothers fan. This is shaping up to be something really, really special. Like, I think we're looking at one of the greatest games of all time here.
Yeah.
you think? Oh, my friend, you must not just think. You must know already.
I can feel it. I can definitely feel it. There's just this sense of positivity behind it that I can't wait to see the final product. December 7th cannot get here fast enough.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty disappointed when it said it was December. I was like, because I think a lot of people were kind of expecting it to come out alongside the online. So when it said December, I was like, oh no, now I gotta wait even longer.
That is one
speaking
thing that
of
I was
which,
a little surprised
Hayden,
about.
You may have gotten Ridley right, but I got the holiday release date right.
You
Ha,
did.
ha, ha, ha.
Which totally fair. You definitely got that right. I was dead set on September, but yeah, no. The nice thing about that though is that, like, it's Sakurai. He's not gonna let this get delayed. They're gonna get it done on time.
Yeah,
That man has shown us so much dedication to his game. Like during the Invitational, he flat out said, "No, it's been great being here, but I gotta catch a midnight train so I can get to work in the morning and help make Smash even better."
Yeah. He just
That
straight up. Yeah.
Is dedication.
yeah. It's more time for him to perfect the game, so I can't be mad about that.
I can't be mad about it at all. Like he has already put so much time and effort, not just into the Smash series, but the fact that he's worked with all these characters means that if this is what I'm thinking it is, and it's truly his last game, he could go into work on any of these series and make a great game out of them.
Oh yeah,
He's spent so much time with all these Nintendo icons, and even these third-party ones, that he could be a consultant or even a game director on a game for any of them.
Yeah, I want to, like, after this, I want to see Sakurai branch out, because he's done some amazing games outside of Smash. I mean, Kid Icarus Uprising, the old Kirby games. Like, he's a really talented developer. So
Heck, bring on a new Star Fox, or heck, even a reboot of like Mysterious Murasame Castle or Ice Climber, where he's the head. He did it with Kid Icarus. He can do it again.
I would love to see him handle an Ice Climber revival.
That would be cool. If there's ever a series that Nintendo, like, if the fans want to see be brought back, just give it to Sakurai. You can have faith that he'll make an awesome game out of it.
Heck, I mean, we haven't had a new Punch-Out game since the Wii.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see him handle that too.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else Smash-related that we want to touch on before we wrap things up? Because we could go on forever and forever, but we've definitely hit a lot of the big things.
I did forget one character that I'm 99% sure is going to be in it.
Oh, yeah?
Splatoon's big enough it can get 2 characters. Octoling's going to be in it too.
I could see that. I could see that as at least an Echo Fighter, but yeah, I could definitely see
Easy
that.
Echo Fighter. It's the emo Inkling. It's just the Dark Pit to Pit. And I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah, I can see it.
But that's really all I had. I'm super, super pumped for this game, and I wish I could just freeze myself until December 7th and have all the money from the time I'm going to need from working there between now and then so that I can afford a Switch and buy Smash Brothers.
Well, how about you, 77? Anything else you need to bring up?
I just hope Isaac is in Smash. That's really all I got.
No, I'm right there with you. I really want Isaac.
Yeah.
How would you guys feel if Isaac got in, but it was his Dark Dawn appearance with the magnificent beard?
I'd be okay with it.
I haven't played Dark Dawn personally. I've only played the first 2. But, I mean, as long as Isaac gets in there in any form or I mean, Sakurai's really good about picking, quote-unquote, the right model or the right version of a character. I mean, we got that with Mega Man, with Pac-Man. So I don't think that they would go that route, but, I mean, it'd be better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know what else was supposed to be better than nothing?
No Man's Sky.
And Mighty Number 9.
Oh, no, Mighty Number 9, that's what it was. Yeah, right.
But then I realized Sakurai was in control here.
Yes.
And he's not just going to make it better than nothing. He's going to make it better than any other fucking Smash game before.
Oh yeah, you know.
He's already made it better.
Yeah, every Smash game is always the best one ever. He always outdoes himself somehow.
What about you, Eric? Anything else you need to touch on?
Oh man, like you said, I feel like it could just keep going on. Once we think we've touched on everything, something else comes up, and that leads down a whole nother rabbit hole. So, I'm just really excited for this game. That's all I know.
Fair enough. So I think sorry.
I do have one question to ask each of you.
Sure.
Out of all the characters that we've seen, and even with what little gameplay, who do you think is going to be your new main?
Oh, God. I'm really liking... I mean, I know this is a popular opinion. The Inklings look like so much fun. I am totally going to pick them up.
Okay. Good choice. I can agree with that.
I don't know what it is about Wolf. He just looks super badass. I'm like really excited to jump back into Wolf.
I think for me, Zelda. Really liking how she looks this time.
Zelda actually looks like viable because like they're getting rid of all the stuff that made her a bad character.
Yeah.
I'd have to say it's kind of a 3-way tie. Daisy, just because I love Daisy and her spunky attitude. I think I'm going to be picking up Pokemon Trainer again. He was my main in Brawl. And of course, the new Inklings as well, who represent Splatoon at its core perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good job incorporating it into Smash.
But of course, I'm that guy that I can't really choose a true main. I'm constantly switching between what characters are the most fun, and I don't think there will be a single character in this game that is not going to be fun to play.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good showcase for every character.
The only thing I'm sad about is that damn starting roster is only going to be the original 8, so it's going to take me forever to get everybody.
Oh, that's gonna be an all-nighter for me.
Same. I think I'm going to take the day off that it comes out just so I can go full ham at it.
I already looked at because with my job I have to travel a lot, and I already looked at my December, and I'm actually home that weekend. So I'm like, yes, thank God.
Lucky you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's everything. So I guess we'll wrap it up there. So, 77, where can people find you at?
If you go to your local search engine and type in my name, you can probably find my YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter under Super Smash 77 or the Super Smash 77.
Awesome. Eric, how about you?
You can find me right here on YouTube. My channel is just my name, Eric Shaw. I make really cheesy comedy videos.
Man, you make hilarious comedy videos. Like, you're the one about the Insane trilogy. I don't need to say anymore. That was hilarious.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. If you like dad jokes, then you'll probably like my channel.
And Keyblade.
You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook under the name Keyblade Smasher. I do videos about cartoons, anime, Dungeons & Dragons, video games, movies, pretty much anything nerdy you could want. I know I'll definitely be subscribing to these awesome guys' channels right after this discussion, so not just check all this out. We all got some pretty awesome stuff in store for you. And I guarantee you, we've got Smash in store for you very soon.
There's going to be so much Smash content on the horizon. I'm very excited. But as for me, well, you know where you can find me at. You're already on my channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter. You can find links to that in the description, and I'll leave all these guys' channels in the description as well. So, again, thank you guys for joining me, and take care. See you later. Bye.
See ya.
Yep.